Year 1. Ghostbusters 2, the MMORPG. Log in or new account? John, I really think we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. No way, this game rules! I just never gave it much playing time before because, well, I guess I had better things to do. That's sort of my point. Where did you even get this? Years ago, I found it in a store on the bargain rack. It was only $1. Isn't that awesome? I don't really think this is my kind of game, but I will play it with you today because it is technically your birthday. Yes, you won't be disappointed. How many people did you get to play this? I don't know. I only showed it to a few people, but I guess hundreds are playing it now. Nobody's very good at it, though. I keep trying to tell the salamanders and chess guys not to cross the streams, but they keep crossing them. Just between you and me, I think a lot of them aren't very bright. Why can't you cross the streams? Jade, please. It is just something you can't do when you're a Ghostbuster, because it spells big trouble. Everyone knows that. Glub, glub, glub. I don't understand anything. Knack, 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 knack. You should hurry up and make a character already so we can get started. I'm working on it. There are so many options. What kind of Ghostbuster should I make? Just any old Ghostbuster, as long as he looks awesome and like he means business. I will begin organizing our squad. What do you have to do? Well, first we need to buy an old abandoned fire station to use as headquarters. Luckily, half the city is composed of abandoned fire stations that are for sale. This game is actually really stupid in a lot of ways, now that I think about it. No! Hey, shut up. I take it back. It's great in every way. Sup? Sure, John. Whatever you say. Okay, now I have to find us a mission. Gotta hire a sassy secretary. Just to have to peruse this extensive palette of sarcastic redheaded ladies. Okay, here's a good one. Then we wait for a phone call. This one can take anywhere from 10 seconds to several hours. Are you serious? But that's fine. There's lots to do in the station to kill time, like talk to Slimer and get slimed by Slimer. Okay, I guess that's pretty much all there is to do. How about the fire pole there? Can't you go down the fire pole? The fire pole is strictly decorative. Dud, 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 dud. Are you almost finished making your character? Yeah, I think I'm done. I'm pretty happy with him. God fucking damn it. Jade, that is absolutely the shittiest Ghostbuster I have ever seen. No way. Yes, it is yes way. He's adorable. What are you even talking about? Jade, I thought you were going to take this game seriously. That is not a serious Ghostbuster. No ghost could possibly fear that thing. I don't want ghosts to be afraid of him. I want to make friends with some ghosts if at all possible. It is not possible. Ghosts are known to be cruel and mischievous. They will not want to befriend you, you're fox man. They will only want to cover him in slime and then fly away. I really think you should reconsider designing him. Nope, I'm keeping him. Okay, well, if you want to turn our squad into a fucking joke, then that's your business. Shut up! I'll give him a pink jumpsuit. Or I'll give him a pink jumpsuit. Ugh, but seriously, those head swap options are for such noobs. I feel it's only fair to warn you. I think I'll manage to survive the embarrassment in front of a bunch of salamanders and crocodiles. Okay, fine, you get a pass, but only because you yourself are a furry. Thank you, Snicker. What? Nothing. Is someone messaging you through the game? Who is it? Damn it, Jade. It's Dave Sprite. He's playing too. Oh, don't tell him our strategies. He is the enemy. We have strategies? Okay. First, tell him we have strategies. Then, don't tell him what they are. Oh god, what is it now? Did you know Dave Sprite's a really funny guy? Nah, he's alright, I guess. I give most of his jokes a passing grade. Sometimes as high as a solid B+. I just told him you said that. That's fine. He and I keep no secrets. Dave Sprite says to tell you you're basically welcome for being 14 years ago. For being born 14 years ago, and 1 year ago, you ungrateful douche. Oh, like him taking credit for my existence isn't so old by now. Hey, Jade, why do you call him Dave Sprite? Because he is Dave Sprite. Well, I just call him Dave. Isn't that easier? I mean, he is Dave after all, right? Well, yeah, but he's kind of different from Dave. Psh, he's not so different. Dude is just a magical orange Dave with wings, and also says caw sometimes. I know, but there are other differences. Like what? It's hard to explain. Just some slight differences in personality, I guess. He still raps sometimes. Yes, so? I just thought I would mention that. Okay, I will admit, I can't really tell if his rapping style has changed. Trust me, it hasn't. I don't know if the differences are because he is a sprite or because he lived for a while in a different timeline. Well, weren't you a sprite before? How different did you feel then? I wasn't a sprite. My dead dream self was a sprite. And then I kind of merged with her when I became god tier. Oh, right, so half of you was a sprite. I guess? It's more like I'm still the me I always was, but inherited some of her memories. But they are all very vague. Do you remember what it was like being Jade Sprite? I remember being dead for a long time, and making friends, mostly with trolls. Oh really? Which ones? None that we know of now, that I can remember at least. They feel like such distant memories, like they were barely real. I have to admit, I'm a little disappointed in the dream bubble thing. By the way you were describing it, I really thought we would dream about them on this trip more often. Yeah, me too. Maybe it's something about this place we're traveling through. I don't know. When was the last time you visited one in your sleep? Man, that was weeks ago, I think. Yeah, and then when I do dream about them, it's just kind of weird. Either I'm alone in my own memory, talking to figments of my imagination, or I dream about someone we know, like a troll we've talked to, and I get really excited. But then it turns out they don't know who I am. It's like a version of them that died before they ever even knew us, and it's just kind of awkward. Yep, and I still haven't seen Dave or Rose at all. Have you? Nope. I'm starting to think it's just not going to happen. I wonder if we're not sleeping at the same time? I don't think that's it. For one thing, considering where we are, I don't think there's such a thing as the same time for us. That's true. Do you think the afterlife is just fucking with us, Jade? Maybe, but it's probably more like the way it used to be with the clouds and Skya. They didn't always show you things, but when they did, they were selective about what they would let you see. Like, they would make sure you saw whatever you needed to see to make sure things would go the right way. I always thought I knew so much, but in retrospect, they gave me only a tiny glimpse of the big picture. That's so infuriating, I guess. It's never really felt that way when all I was doing was looking up at some clouds. I was happy to see whatever was there, but I guess it's different in a situation like this, when you miss your friends, and you kind of wish the dream bubbles would play along. Yeah, oh well, I guess it's only 2 more years. What do you think they'll be like by then? Do you think Karkat will have been driven them all insane? Probably. Or maybe they'll all be better friends with each other than they are with us. Well, look at it this way. By the end of our trip, will you be better friends with a bunch of salamanders than you are with Rose and Dave? I don't know. There are some pretty charming salamanders on this ship. That is true. But you know what I mean. Things have a way of changing. Like, have you ever thought at all about what it's going to be like when you see Dave again? I mean, after the way things are going with you and Dave Sprite? What do you mean the way things are going? Jade, please. What? You're not fooling anyone with your coy shenanigans. What is he even telling you? Nothing. Do you really think he would talk about any of that with me? They're just some obvious conclusions the guy is going to make about stuff. Well, I guess I don't know what's going on with him. What's on with that? I really don't. All right, fair enough. What do you think he would think about it? Huh? The other Dave. I mean, hypothetically. Aha! So you have thought about it. I am only wondering because you brought it up. Yes, I did. Then what do you think? I have no idea. You'd probably never find it out one way or the other regardless. Maybe. What about you, John? What about me, even? Remember how you told me how Karkat kept sort of trying to set you up with Rose? Yes. You told me this on more than one occasion, if I recall. What is your point? Well, I kind of wondered to myself if you kept bringing that up because on some level, you wanted that to be true. Oh, man, Jade, listen. At this point, I cannot give less of a rat's ass about romancy stuff. I'd rather just play some games and chill out for several years on this magical flying boat. Is that too much to ask? Not at all. That's perfectly fine. When I catch up with our buddies, I'm sure I'll give Rose a nice, friendly hug. Aww. Whereas I will offer Dave a tender bro embrace and shove Karkat down a flight of friendship stairs. But that is it. It's all very complicated and bothersome, Jade. What? You know, matters of the heart. Snicker. Oh, you may laugh at my choice of words, but it is true. It's really befuddling and distracting when you're on a major quest to make a universe out of frogs. Who even needs it? I guess you have a point. Like, you remember the troll girl who was sort of into me? Well, okay. That seemed like a pretty big deal at the time. It really seemed like she liked me, but also she was probably insane? Like, I mean in a trollish, murderous kind of way. Yikes. But craziness notwithstanding, I didn't really know what to think. I guess I thought she was really cool at the time. I was honestly kind of flummoxed about it, but the point is, when all was said and done, that was just some stuff that happened over one day, which was a whole year ago already. I barely even remember what we talked about. By the time we meet up, she'll probably won't give a shit about me at all, which, let's face it, it's probably for the best. I think we make things more meaningful in our head when they're happening than they really are. Like, realistically, there were probably a lot of things that went on that day that didn't really mean that much. Like, remember how you said you thought Karkat was getting this silly, angry crush on you? That was just my hunch. Yeah, I mean, do you really think after 3 years he's still gonna have the rage hots for you? I sincerely doubt it. At least, hope not. I don't think he even is that crazy. Anyway, my point is, who even cares about all that? Romance and dating are dumb and boring. We are legendary heroes and have bigger fish to fry. Like that smug fat ass over there on the horizon. He sure looks pleased with himself. Just look at him. He thinks he's the undisputed king of that mountain or something. That is so outrageous. Follow me so we can seize the highest ground against this hideous ocean-dwelling marshmallow man and steal all his treasure. After you. Ahem. Jaspers, holy shit, another cake? But there are still all these others we haven't even touched yet. Yeah, it's really baking up a storm today. Hehehe. Meow. Grrr. Jaspers, whoa, what are you doing? Meow, 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 meow. Jaspers, no, it's fine if you want to sing me a happy birthday song, but for the love of God, don't meow it. You're gonna rile her up. Meow, 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 John. Grr. No, Jade, come on, please settle down. I can't help it. Damn it. I'm really not mad at him, I swear. Meow, 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 meow. Woof. Oh my God. Woof, 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 woof. It's bonk. Void dream. Reused. Hey you. God tier boy. What are you doing there, blue boy? Hey, I'm talking to you. Yes, you, the dork in the pajamas. Okay, the other dork in pajamas. Be all a pajama party up in here today. Hi, which troll are you? Which troll am I? I'm the best troll, dummy. Now get away from her. She's mine. I've been hunting her for a whale now. For a whale? What does that mean? It's a fish pun. Saying fish puns is obviously kind of this thing that I do. Stupid. Get with the program. Oh, right. I thought it sounded kind of fishy. Okay, that's a good one. Not now. Not. Now beat it. You must be the sea troll. I've heard about you, but I'm pretty sure we never talked. Have you by any chance seen Vriska around or Carcat? Who the fuck are they? Your troll friends? Were no friends of mine if I had never heard of them. You see this golden pointy deal here? Yes. I was gonna use it to poke some holes in that girl over there and see what happens. So clamscray. Oh no, why would you do that? For the halibut. What? Halibut. Halibut? Okay, that one wasn't that awesome. I thought I told you to clamscray. I'm not sure what clamscray means either. You mean go away? Holy mother glubbin' mackerel, you're a fucking idiot. Well, if you're not gonna go, maybe you can at least tell me something? What? This is the afterlife, isn't it? Which means I'm dead, right? Yes, well, it's a dream bubble, so yeah, you're probably a ghost. I knew it! Haha, yes! You're excited to be dead? Excited? Now that you mention it, yes. I'm pretty flippin' excited. Why? Because it means my plan worked. What plan? Why would I tell a hornless dork like you something like that? I don't know, just curious about your spooky ghost plan is all. I'm curious about why a couple of freaks like you were sent to welcome me to hell. What are you, demons or something? Sorry, something? Pretty lame demons if you ask me. Way too friendly and stupid. You know, we're humans, which means, like, aliens, I guess? So, like, you're dead aliens, huh? Who ever heard of an alien ghost? I know, right? What's that? Well, that's what I think sometimes. It's a strange combination of sci-fi things, like alien stuff is all about science, right? At least it is in the movies. Aliens love science. But then ghosts have nothing to do with science. They belong to the supernatural realms, which have more to do with religion, I guess? Or about a lot of hocus pocus and superstition. Maybe even magic? Science rarely enters the equation unless it's something awesome like Ghostbusters, which makes ghosts and stuff all about science. Even though the ghost science is obviously a bunch of total nonsense. I guess Contact mix aliens and ghosts because Jodie Foster saw her ghost dad in outer space, but then that was probably just a science projection from an alien to make her feel less sad about her dead dad, and not a real ghost or anything. I guess the lesson is that science and aliens teach us that ghosts and religion are fake, although it turns out ghosts and aliens are actually real, so maybe science and religion have been lying to us all along. Shrug. Nerd. Yeah, sorry. So the girl, she like your mate sprit or whatever? What? No, I don't even know her. I kind of thought you knew who she was. Don't know who she is, but I know what she is. She's done. Huh? Ever do any baking, nerd? Yeah, a little. Then you know exactly what you do with something that's done. You stick a fork in it. Pitch. See? No! Better think fast, suckerfish. Snoozing mystery girl, look out! What was that, John? Yeah, I think it is. What the hell is going on? Oh shit, John, watch out! Well, fuck, looks like he's still an idiot. Huh. Meanwhile, the meteor. Welcome back to the tree hive. Oh no. Erect. Oh, okay. Is that regret or contrition on Terezi's mind? Arachnid's grip began trolling Gallows' calibrator. Oh, man, fuck this. It's a real pain in the ass typing out long, victorious laughs with only one hand, you know? Gonna have to patch this thing up somehow. Maybe I'll pay a visit to my neighbor a little later. Getting my arm fixed nearly ought to be worth enduring the stench. Ugh, yeah. Sick burn from out of nowhere. Take that, Zach. Neighbor. Can't believe I only thought of that now. I bet I'll get a kick out of that. Bet you even more he won't laugh, though. What a boring piece of shit. You know, you would think it's funny, though. Right, Terezi? Man, I sure am glad this little feud of ours is basically over. We're totally even. Now we can just go back to being friends. And things will be great. Hmm? You won't believe this, but it only occurred to me now that you won't even be able to read this. Maybe if you do manage to stumble back to your hive, you're blind now. Whoops. It'd be a real shame if we couldn't bury the hatchet and be great friends again because of this stupid bullshit reason like that. I don't know. I feel like blinding who is ostensibly your best friend and paralyzing some dork are kind of deal breakers. Oh, I know. Maybe I'll mindjack some random chump and send him to your hive so he can read messages to you out loud. What a perfect solution. He can be your assisted living slave. I would have a perfect candidate all lined up, but he recently lost the use of his legs, unfortunately. Oh, well, I'll just roll with the punches like I always do and find someone else. Just say the word, and I'll make him do whatever you want. Read my awesome notes to you, hang some plush dragons from your tree, pre-chew your food. Well, maybe not pre-chew it, since I didn't exactly knock your teeth out, did I? Maybe more like pre-look at your food, to make sure there are bugs in it. See, isn't it great when we're helping each other out instead of maiming each other repeatedly? This is how it should be between Scourge sisters. All the maimings and backstabbing should be saved for the friends and foes we get along the way. Don't you think? Hey, what should we do for our next campaign, by the way? We can take the next one easy. I'll try to think of something better suited to your new disability. I mean, I've already pretty much nixed anything involving stairs because of Tavros. Lol. Ain't no way I'm not willing to meet people halfway. Losing a lot of blood here. Good thing I seem to have a ton of this stuff. We high bloods are made of some pretty tough stuff. What a fucking mess, though. Not really looking forward to cleaning this up. I've got to say, your prank was pretty good. Still not sure how you pulled it off. Pretty inconvenient, though. It's too bad you're not going to get to read this for a while, if ever. We could be bonding over the great pranks we just pulled on each other. Oh well. Guess I'll take off before I drop dead like some kind of loser and you never get to hear from me again. See you around, sis. Wow. I can't believe I almost forgot what a completely crazy bitch you were. Hey now, what kind of attitude is that to bring into this memory? Oh, yeah, sorry. Easy there. No need to waste good remorse on such a trivial exchange. I'm only reminding you that you bring too much baggage from the past into this memory. It is doubtful your experience will be either therapeutic or cathartic. What? You were the one who invoked this memory after all. Isn't this why you're here? Is it not what you've been hoping for and fretting you may find since your journey began? A chance to say you're sorry. Vreska, you sound really different. What happened to you out here? I apologize for the ruse, though it isn't as far from the truth as it possibly could be. I am not who you think I am. I, of course, needed to visit you through a memory, and interestingly, this is the one you gave me. No ill will or upsetting hijinks were intended. Who are you? Orania. Okay, and? I am your friend's ancestor. In fact, I am yours too, in a way. Really? Yes, though not quite how you are picturing. She had an ancestor whom she was aware of, and technically that is who I am. That is to say, she is who I would have become on your world had I arrived in her place. Alas, I did not. She was a figure in your history who preceded you by thousands of solar sweeps, whereas I preceded your entire civilization by billions. I don't get it. That's okay. There is plenty of time to sort it all out. I've been keeping an eye on you all for quite a while. Your whole planet, actually. It was very interesting this time around, to say the least. It even had a different name, Alternia. Haha, how heavy-handed can you get? The man responsible was a bit of a wise guy. He rewrote everything, had a knack for overzealous storytelling, which is harmless enough habit, usually. I'm guilty of it myself sometimes. But it is not so harmless when the perpetrator is omniscient and omnipotent. Omniscient, you mean Mr. Milkshake? That's correct. But he's dead now, and his story's over. The book on our universe is closed, both for my instance and for yours. This being the case, I thought it was the right time to introduce myself. The combined work of my group and yours is unfinished, and the outcome has not been assured. The true ultimate reward has not yet been achieved. No safe haven has been created that is free from the devastation caused by Mr. Milkshake's grand deception. Our race still teeters on extinction. The members of your party, and one noteworthy fugitive, are the sole survivors. We must work together to create that haven and restore our race, so that the sacrifices we all made will not be in vain. But in order to repair the unthinkable damage that has been done, we need to allow ourselves the chance to heal first. Old wounds, old regrets. They will serve no purpose on the rest of your journey. Regrets? Are you talking about me and Vriska? Sure. You have to start somewhere. Do you know where she is? Not at the moment. But the more time you spend here, the more likely it is you will find whomever you are looking for. On the other hand, if it is the unknowable will of the gods, you may dance around each other indefinitely as you pass through this space. It's hard to say. Okay then, I'm not sure whether to be relieved or frustrated by that. Well, if she had been dwelling in this bubble like you thought, what would you want to say to her? Surely you would not have just argued about the past. No, I still don't know what I would say. Then what would you say to me? I would say, even though she did some bad things and was totally impossible most of the time, I wish she wasn't dead. Is it weird to miss someone who did nothing but cause problems? No, I can empathize. She was a serious troublemaker in your party. Many player groups have to deal with those. I feel as though we had one of the worst cases in ours, but when all was said and done, she was still our friend. I keep wondering if there was another way, something other than letting her go or killing her. I try to remember what I saw when I looked into the vortices of possibility, and I just can't remember anything besides those options. Even if those other choices would have resulted in death for everyone, was that really all I was capable of? Either losing the nerve to go through with it or stabbing her in the back and nothing else? At that moment, perhaps. You know very well the channels of possibility at that exact juncture resulted from her decision paths as well as yours. Ah, but not quite. Let us not forget the deception, the elaborate deceptions being orchestrated on both of them. Gamzee's machinations brought them into a state where they were regressed back to this moment of revenge. As such, in their silly cosplay outfits, there were only two choices: kill or be killed. But even so, when it comes to your key decisions, the possibilities are probably fewer and more discrete than you have presumed. Otherwise, you would not see results consolidated into those vortices, would you? Possibility would resemble an enormous hazy field of infinitely subtle variations and micro-choices. Imagine if at that moment you were truly capable of anything, no matter how outlandish, absurd, or patently fruitless. How would this vast amount of information present itself to you through your senses? What difference would it make in your final decision if all other tributaries of whim spilled into the same decaying future? And what would this make of your agency as a hero meant to learn and grow? Look at it this way. Imagine that over the course of someone's life, they are truly capable of every conceivable action at any moment, and did indeed take each of those actions in different branching realities. Doesn't a scenario like that deaden a person's agency just as much as one where their fate is decidedly etched in stone as a single path of unavoidable decisions? Who exactly is that person who can and does take all conceivable actions, other than someone perfectly generic, who only appears to have unique predilections and motives when you examine the arbitrary path they happen to occupy? I don't know. Pardon the esoteric tangent. These are my instincts as a hero of light kicking in. It's hard for us to resist prattling on about matters like this. Oh god, like Rose? Yeah, she never shuts up about it. No offense. You may seek to understand your decisions and look for justice in their consequences. You may wonder why honorable choices from the innocent are punished by banishment to a timeline in which everyone dies, and all is gradually dissolved. It helps to understand your role, not just as a hero who must overcome, but as a single capillary within a much larger bioexistential system. Think of it like a circulatory system, where the veins and capillaries that do not help the overall flow of blood through the system are likely to wither and die. Those are doomed offshoots. Reality itself is using you and many others to propagate its own existence. Strictly speaking, there is only one path to its successful propagation, but it still permits you to make choices. Not all that are conceivable, but some nevertheless, as dictated by who you are and the challenges you face. And you are free to make key decisions however you like, as long as you understand that some of these paths, unfairly or not, will lead to oblivion, because those choices do not contribute constructively to the perpetuation of existence, including your own. Such is the burden assumed by anyone who plays the game. Yeah, I guess I understood some of that, but never quite put it all together that way. I don't think I was a great seer of mind. Well, you aren't finished being one, are you? Nah, I don't think of myself that way anymore. I used to feel like some pretty hot shit, directing battle traffic against the king and all flipping coins in people's faces and stuff. It seems silly now. I don't think I ever knew what I was doing. When I confronted her and it was time to make up my mind, I thought I had it all figured out, like this was what I had to do, not just save everybody, but as some stupid rite of passage or something. Then it came time to do it, and it was all happening so fast, and I forced my own hand. I could either let everyone die in one reality or kill a friend in another, and I'd tell myself those were the only two vortices I saw, but then I was the one who made this series of decisions which led up to that choice, and completely painted the options into that corner. Anyway, I just wish I could tell her that. Which one would you tell it to? Huh? The one who fought Noir, or the one who didn't? Oh, I mean, I guess either? But I was thinking more about the one whose death I'm actually responsible for. This could either be my experience as an ancient ghost, talking, or the perspective I am naturally given to as a light player. But aren't you equally responsible for both? I guess? I can see why you would feel more responsibility for one than the other. My perspective is informed by my class and aspect. It was to my advantage as a healer to see things a little differently, to find equanimity across many different outcomes. Oh? There's more to realization of our roles than gaining flashy powers, and there's more to healing than repairing battle damage. You killed a friend, and you understandably feel regret. But it's done. She is gone, and you are still here. Now what? You could look for absolution through rationalization. Everyone would have died if you didn't take action, but why trouble yourself with guilty emotion? But there is no real healing power in believing that, and I don't think it's what you wanted to tell yourself anyway, is it? Not really. Or what about through renunciation of responsibility? If you were just a tool used by reality to perpetuate itself, where is the blame? But that would be another empty idea that has no power to heal. Yeah, I've tried rationalizing stuff that way. It doesn't really help. You've been led to believe such acts of violence are natural for your kind, and that if you're upset by the consequences, then that there is something wrong with you. But it isn't as natural as you might think. That conditioning was a part of Milkshake's long con. Violence was respected and celebrated on your world, but remorse was rarely felt, and pain could never heal due to such empty justifications. We died out a wounded race, and you are all that's left. The process of healing first involves sifting through what it isn't, which happens to be almost everything your troubled mind has to offer. Then what do I do? What's the answer? There isn't one. Fuck. It takes time, and it is only accelerated by looking at things honestly. This is what I did as a sylph of light. Helped people see things. I could even perform the feat literally if you wanted. Well, what? It's up to you, of course. Thanks for asking, but I'd rather just stay this way. Learning to sense things this way was the only connection I ever had with my Lucis before she died. It reminds me of her. That probably sounds dumb, though. Not at all. I think that's a very good reason. I thought the polite thing to do was at least offer. It's cool that you want to help heal me and all, but I still don't really know anything about you, other than you seem like some sort of much nicer Vriska. Where were you from again? Alternia before Vanilla Milkshake named it that? Yes, but in a different universe instance. I often refer to as A1. The shorthand helps avoid confusion, trust me. A group of 12 played the game, but we failed. It overwhelmed us. A lot of things went wrong. The Reckoning destroyed our battlefield well before we had any hope of winning. I sought the advice from Echidna, and she told me how to scratch the session to give us another chance. But the choice to do so came with accepting the annihilation of our existing forms. In the new instance, we would lead completely different lives with no memory of what happened. So we did, and created A2, your instance, your world, and your game in which we were all inexplicably created in the first place. As I said, this time around the world was interesting. That's when trolls became terrible? Not all of you. Some had lessons from the old world to teach others, but few ever heard them. So in your time, everyone was as nice as you? Not exactly, but life was pretty mild and uneventful. I'm not even sure I was especially nice by our standards. Mostly kind of boring. Nobody from my party liked me a whole lot. I think I talked too much. Had a habit of bringing conversations back around to myself, but not that it matters anymore. It was not the best way to make friends. You really are like a nice Vriska. I don't know. I was friends with her, and she did almost nothing but talk about herself. I'm pretty sure you and I would have been good friends too. Thanks. It goes to show just because your race is peaceful doesn't mean you don't have problems. I used to fantasize about being someone really outgoing and dramatic. Someone who had the confidence to do whatever she wanted, like go on the most outrageous adventures without caring what anyone thought about her. Like someone from a book, you know? Yes, I used to think about that a lot too. It turned out I actually got what I wanted after the reset. Unfortunately, it came along with our people's enslavement and near extinction. Not that I really got to live as her exactly, but at least I got a chance to follow her life. And it was a very long life. Being here for ages has its benefits. Exactly how long have you been living in dream bubbles? Or, I mean, not living. It has been a very long time. So long, time has been stripped of the meaning it never really had in the first place. It doesn't really pass in the same way it does when you're alive. Concepts like now and how long are figures of speech used to make communications simpler. I've quit trying to give expressions to the elusive temporal properties of this place. It's easier staying conversational. But I will say that being here for so long lends itself to a certain detachment from what you see. Otherwise, monitoring the atrocities stemming from our failure wouldn't be so much fun. Do you miss your world as much as I do? Yes, sometimes. But missing it usually invites memories of home to serve as the stage. Not that it's a substitute for the previous reality, but the reminders of home are everywhere. What about your friends? I guess you still get to hang out with them all. Yes, I see them often enough, except for one, whom I haven't seen at all since before we all died. In fact, she's the only reason we were all here in the first place. As opposed to merely ceasing to exist upon the scratch in life, she was the only one I would have called a close friend in a way. The thing is, nobody liked her very much either. We had that in common. Wow, it's been that long since you saw her? Remember how I said the gods could keep you dancing around someone you're looking for indefinitely? Yeah, but billions of sweeps? Well, billions, yes, in a manner of speaking. Is she by any chance the troublemaker you were talking about? That's right. In fact, we were on our way to visit her now. Oh, that's where this branch is taking us. Notice the moon up there? Not the large green interloper. That one never belonged in our world. That's part of your memory, not mine. Yeah, the cute little bubblegum moons. That's where she is? It's the setting of the memory she entered. From her perspective, she's just arrived here. Your friend should be joining us too, before your meteor clears the bubble. Maybe together we can bring the thief of life up to speed. Violence in the outer ring. Oh god. You know, now that I think about it, I don't know if Jack has faced a rival on his own level at any point in the story. And here he is fighting someone who is definitionally on his level. Maybe someone who's a cut above. Caned. Oh shit. How can he be already here? Why did I not see this coming? The dude is always already here. When it comes to being here, that already is practically all he ever is. Okay, time to stop babbling and think. Think, imagination. The one time I really need you. Oh no, Slick! Slick! He's come to finish you off! We've got to hide you somewhere. Now that Rufio's gone, you're my only friend. Oh, you're good company too, humanimal butler who may or may not be Arthur. I didn't mean nothing by it. What's that, Slick? Oh yeah, Miss Paint too, of course. That's a little different. Hey, what do you mean so what's her story? Is she available? No, she's not available. It's just, what do you mean by that? No, she will not become available soon either. Well... Jesus Christ. Hey, get back in bed. I'm trying to save your ass here. Go ahead, stab all you want. Like your stupid curmudgeonly shankings aren't so totally played out already. Shh. Oh god, the footsteps. That horrible peg leg on my hardwood floors. He's coming. There's no time to lose. We gotta get you out of here. Flip. Up. Spoosh. Now if I can just go grab Miss Paint and sneak out the back before it's too. Are you kidding me? He's already here again? Talk about a one-trick pony. Fine. We settle this here and now. What's that, English? You look nervous. Could it be you weren't expecting me to know your one vulnerability? You've underestimated my omniscience almost as badly as I've overestimated as a matter of daily routine. Your reign of terror comes to an end here. On this balcony, overlooking an enchanted cliffscape, host to innumerable gorgeous stallions. How ironic that your very demise would be in the proximity of some horses. What? You didn't follow that? Just think it over. Think it over. Well, you die! Shit, 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 oh shit, fuck, shit, 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 fuck, I forgot! What kind of fucking idiot keeps his doodly white magnum loaded with only one tiny cue ball? God damn you, Scratch! Well, I mean, it was only ever going to be used once. Bonk. Oh boy! Oh no, it's the return of dual-natured objects. Oh, that gun looks super doodly. Way doodlier than the one I just threw at you. And I'm probably screwed, but there's one thing you probably weren't counting on. The fact that and that one thing is that magic being real. God, I hope magic is real. Please let magic be real. Please let magic be real. Please let magic be real. I believe that magic is real right now. I believe so hard in its reality that it is becoming slightly less fake before our very eyes. I believe in fakeness was just a lie coughed up from a dark magician's spurious asshole. I believe in fairies. I believe dragons aren't bullshit. I believe heartily in the giggles of all the cherubs in heaven and the metric tons of special stardust they consume each day to fuel their laughter. I believe with the conviction of a million frothing zealots in the combined pranks of billions of leprechauns strong and in tiny erections they get from playing them. But mostly of all, I believe in you, Rufio. I believe in you! Oh, who am I kidding? Magic is fake as shit. Braka, 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 braka. I failed you, Rufio. I failed you. Dead. God fucking damn it. Shit! I mean, as inappropriate as this intercession might be, at least it's fucking hilarious.